how are you utilizing this time for introspection, for innovation, for thinking about your future? What should people do in this time who have if for businesses like yours?
That's a great question. And I was thinking about this earlier today when the virus came around and we had already booked events, we had already taken application fees for all these events. We realized we had to cancel these events at least in the spring, and we were like, well, oh my goodness. So what we did, and it occurred to me that now that we never thought about kind of giving up. It was always about how can we double down on the why we were here and what we were doing, and how can we take our marketplace platform and put it online. So what we immediately did was, once we got through, the initial shock of everything, we started producing virtual events. And in April, I think, which is kind of earlier than a lot of other companies had gotten into that, we discovered that we had some basic infrastructure on our website that existed already that would make for an interesting virtual event platform, which was every time we did an event, we'd have a roster of every artist that was in that event that had a tile that you could click into that would have information about them, maybe some of their products, a link to their website. So we basically just enhanced that, and we would have these virtual events where we would have 150 artists, and each tile that you could click in, you would go in and it would be a link to their Instagram Live or their Twitch. And so they would be doing their work or, showing work or talking about their work. And so you could go in and interact directly with 150 different artists for, 2-hour periods on a Friday and a Saturday. So we were first doing that, and we did 5 of those in May, and we did 1 in June, and we did a Black Lives Matter themed event in June that was all the proceeds went to benefit Black Arts Futures Fund. And so we were bringing this sort of like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And we realized after doing 6 of these virtual events that it's not only was it not the right, it's a good way to showcase work, but it's not the right way to get people to buy stuff. It was more to get people to watch artists perform or do their work or talk about it. So we basically had our last virtual event, and then we just, we had to lose about 3/4 of our staff. And we took the remaining staff and focused directly on creating an online shop that would be an evergreen. We also rebranded the whole website, redesigned the whole website around e-commerce. So we created 2 new platforms. One, this online shop, which is supposed to feel like shopping at one of our events. And one of the benefits of coming to a Renegade Craft event is that you have hundreds and hundreds of artists that you can shop from, talk directly with, buy original products from, follow. And we have a lot of fans who come to do that. And then the other thing that we created was something we're calling our collective, which is just a bigger group, maybe people that aren't necessarily in our shop, but maybe, they're from all over the world, or we're trying to take contemporary, like design focused work that's being made by hand by people from anywhere, and showcase it. So our whole company is based on promoting this work, showcasing this work, and providing opportunities for these artists to succeed and bring their work to the forefront. So we doubled down really hard on that, and it's been a hard pivot, but what we ended up creating and what was our goal was to create something that was completely evergreen, that wouldn't be a solution just for 2020, that would be a solution that we would go forward with as our first foot forward. And now, as we are looking to 2021 and coming back to live events, this online shop and these online directives that we've developed over the last 6 months are now almost more important or more visible. It's how people see our company and how we're going to grow the company into spaces where we can't be, because not everyone lives in a city that we travel to. So it's been a really interesting, heartbreaking, inspiring pivot. It's been really like, I've run the emotional gambit all year with, ups and downs, the trials and tribulations, but it's been the whole time it's been really inspiring to be like, it was never part of our plan or never really spoken about like, let's give up or let's just take our PPP money and put our heads in the sand and come back when we can do live events. We were like, what can we do that is going to be sustainable? And so we made it, and it's pretty fun to be on the other side of it. But yeah, what a year.
Excellent.